So today I'm very excited to film a little Sephora haul. I partook in the Sephora savings event and just got a few things which, you know, adds up at Sephora. So I thought I would just share my haul and try it on my face and do that with you. So let's get into it. I think I'll first start by just showing you what I got. So I have my items all gathered, but my desk is kind of messy. Start with these two blushes. I got the last two shades that I didn't have of the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil, and the shades that I didn't have were just Peachy and Berry Punch. So I'm excited to add those to my collection. This probably won't get that much use until later on next year because I tend to wear my makeup seasonally, but I'm really excited about this berry color, and that's the one that I was planning on using today. So we'll put that one to use. Another thing I also got a few palettes and an eye single. So the two palettes that I got are the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette and the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. Now these are very similar and you probably don't need both. In fact, I've seen a lot of videos comparing them saying you don't need both, but I was intrigued enough by the description of both of them that I just want to try them both. So that's what I decided to grab. So the single that I got was the a shade that I did not have in the Eyes to Mesmerize Charlotte Tilbury single shadows, and that is the shade Champagne. But today I figured I would put one of each of these on my eye, try to not make them look different, but try to match them just for fun because I have both of them and to see how similar they look. I'm not going anywhere that, you know, I care if anybody notices. I have two different eyes going on, so I just thought that would be fun. The last two things I got are two lip products. So I got this Givenchy, what is it called? Givenchy Rose Perfecto Tinted Liquid Balm, and this is in the shade 011 Black Pink, and it's actually a pH adjusting or one of those color shifting shades. So it goes on kind of black, but it turns into like a berry pH color. So not exactly like the bright pink ones, like the Dior lip oil that's really famous. This is a different of the pH shifting pigment. So I'm excited to try that. So I figured I'll pair that with the Berry Lip and the Ethereal Eyes palette with the I Need Nude palette and see what we come up with. The last lip product I got was this Westman Atelier Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Hydrating Lip Balm, and that's in the shade Nana, and it's also a shade that I didn't have. I almost have all of the Westman Atelier liquid lip balms now except for the red shade, so I was thinking about doing a lip swatch video. If you want to see that or if it'd be helpful, maybe I'll do that next. But let's jump into this look. I think what I'll do is kind of speed through the application of the rest of my makeup. I don't want to have this video be too long, so I'll put on the rest of my makeup and speed through it, and then once I get to each product, then I'll stop the speed through and we can talk about them. Okay, so I got my base makeup done. Today I used the Fit Glow Concealer in C2.5, and I used the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop in shade 2. So the next thing I'm going to do is my eyes. A lot of people, I think, do their eyes first. I'm going to zoom in. This also takes the filter off of my face when I zoom in. Unfortunately, my camera is a little older and it has like a skin filter on it by default, and it's really hard to get off. I haven't figured out how. But when you zoom in, the filter removes. So please just be aware of that while you're watching this video. When I'm zoomed out, there's a filter on my face. So let's start. I don't even know. I'm really excited about this ethereal eyes. So let's start with the ethereal eyes. Here it is. So the three shades that I'm going to use are this kind of cream pale shade, this more light taupe shade, and then this color right here, which is like a sparkle topper. I'm finding them to be pretty blendable, but they definitely kick up. They definitely kick up a lot of powder, as you can see here. Okay, and I know that is very light, but I really just wanted to test out the mattes. I wanted to test out the lighter mattes for right now and use one of these topper shades. So this is the one that I grabbed. I'm going to put it right. And that is sticking down to my eye pretty well. I'm not sure how much fallout to expect, but I can report back maybe in a comment. And it's really pretty. I like that a lot. I've been really loving kind of like a champagne eye, like a more like a sheer champagne eye, not one-dimensional. I was thinking like a more one-dimensional, but just in the sense that it's one shadow, but you still have all the dimension that your face brings and your eye socket naturally brings, and I've been loving that look. So this is a step up from that because I did build some structure with the matte shadows here, but I can also envision using each one of these topper shades just as a sheer you know, single eyeshadow look, a one and done, and that's really is what I've been gravitating towards these days. So there's that eye. Let's switch over to Natasha Denona, and we're gonna use this pale color called Fair, this taupe color called Mesh, and then this sparkly color called Sheen. And as you can see, those really are not picking up in the same way. They're not as powdery. Okay, I think that's a similar amount of depth on both sides. So now let's put this Sheen color. And on the finger, let me compare it. Here's how these two shades compare on the fingers. So for these two shades in particular, I can tell that the glitter particles in the Makeup by Mario shadow are a little bit bigger, and they're a little bit smaller on the Natasha Denona. I'm not sure if you can see that in the video footage, but other than that, I think, you know, these two eyes look very similar. So let's finish up the eyes and put on some mascara. And then we will switch to, and then we will continue on to the blush look. I also did my brows. The mascara that I used is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, and I actually am using the new shade Drift, which is like a dark brown. So I'm gonna, instead of doing the cheeks, it's all over the place, I'm actually gonna do the lips, because my lips are, the lip balm I put on is wearing off, and so I just want to put on some moisture, and that way also you can see the change happening if there is any change. So here is the Givenchy Rose Perfecto in the black pink. Very floral fragrance. Okay, so it feels a little mentholy, but just a little bit. It just has the slightest cooling sensation, and I think I can see the color kind of changing a little bit from that sheer black into that kind of stained berry, and I am really liking it. Let's put on the cheek. Okay, moving on to the blush, here we have the shade Berry Punch. And let me do a swatch. Let's do a stronger swatch. Oh, it's kind of sheer. I love this formula. That's why I kind of collected them all. And so I kind of know what to expect. I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to put it a little drapey back onto my cheekbone. And I skipped bronzer today because I really just want the berry look to be the focus. A berry cheek. Layering up a bit. In my experience, these don't necessarily set. So, this is the face of makeup that I came up with. I think it's really easygoing, pretty. I'm loving the way this lip is looking, and the blush I expected to be good, and it is. The eyeshadow palettes I think are very similar. I can't wait to kind of dig into them more and figure out how I feel about each formula, and you know, in what context I prefer to use them. And maybe there will emerge a favorite, I'm not sure. Let's zoom out and just say bye. Alright, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. I hope that you got something out of this, maybe a little bit of company, maybe you learned something, but thank you so much. Please subscribe and I'll catch you in my next video, hopefully.